All right, welcome everybody to the 2023 Derby City Classic. This is the one pocket division. Surprisingly, this is round one. And you can see on your screen we've got two cold-blooded killers, Jayson Shaw and Mika Immonen. You might not think either of these guys are noted to play serious one pocket, but I can promise you, just like the lag, they can both play at a very high level. Both have a great cue ball. Both pocket the ball as good as anybody on the planet. I expect this to be a barn burner, and I want to find out who wins this lag. I am your host, Scott Frost, a.k.a. The Freezer. Looks like Mika Immonen is going to take the lag. Therefore, he will be breaking if this match goes hill-hill. My point to that is, in a race to three, the winner of the lag has a big advantage. This will be a fun one to call. I'll be talking fast, which is an easy thing for me to do. But these guys don't waste any time when choosing shot selections. I can promise you, in watching Jayson Shaw's one-pocket game over the last several years, he's figured it out, right? In my opinion, probably the best straight pool player in the world, holds a record by a long margin, so he picks things out of the stack very well. Mika Immonen, long-standing world-class rotation player, plays all games well. This should be fun to call. And I do like where Mika is breaking from out of the gate. The cue ball out in the center a little bit more relieves the pressure on the red 3, therefore relieves the kiss. You can get the cue ball higher up on this side rail. He's hit him with a good pace. And notice the cue ball up there. Makes things much more difficult for your opponent to return the break. I'm immediately looking at the yellow 1. At worst, Shaw could probably come off the bottom of that 1, drawing the cue ball down behind the 9, 14, etc. He's taking a look at coming off the top of the 2, possibly putting him behind the 9. It's done quite well, pretty well with that, but the problem here is, if you're any type of one-pocket player, you can come off of that green 6 with maximum right-hand English, putting Shaw behind the orange 5. So this is anybody's game in a race to 3 with these two guys. They might play some shots that aren't quite what we call one-pocket shots, but that's part of the game nowadays. And he has played this shot, needs it to carry. Well, we notice right away Shaw can get to the 11. Can he get to the 4? This is the only angle we have to work with. It's better than nothing, and it actually turns out quite well. So is he coming off the bottom of the 11? And he is. Pretty containing. Also, let's take note, he's protecting that 5, but at the same time, he's put the 11 and the 6 in a position that both go in his pocket. Mika looking at the 12. This could be risky. Problem is, can you get the cue ball away in time of anything coming back that direction? I would consider taking a look at the 10. Can you draw off the 10 and put him back below the 5? You've got to keep your position. You really don't want to leave that cue ball out there in open space. And you really don't want to leave Shaw an easy straight back on that 6. That's why he's giving this a little thought. He's looking to go aggressive. The problem is if you move that 10 and 13, you're going to lose your position. Notice the gap between the 3 and 12. You'll really lose position. So he's coming off the 12. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, because now he allows an escape to the 14. He also has done what I said. I knew he would get Shaw close to the 6. And he's got a gap to the 4. So this could be detrimental. Watch the cue ball. Snug up behind the 9 here. I thought he'd hit it a little harder. He didn't get out of it what he wanted. Mika immediately looking to shoot. But Going back to that shot prior, that shot just left Mika open to lose his position, and it's getting worse and worse. The 14 and 5 do not favor Shaw. If he would have hit that last shot a little firmer, I think he gets something close to his pocket and really butters him up to the backside of that 9. Looking at other options he might have. I believe he's cut off from the bottom side of the 12. He's not cut off from the bottom side of 15, but to draw below the 14 and 5 off of that 15. Okay, maybe he can see. Oh, he could. Well, that makes a huge difference. Really good control there. Little game of cat and mouse here early in game number 1 in this race to 3. Shaw looking to see if the 5 is froze. I don't know why that would matter unless Shaw plans on just chipping at the 5 here. I don't think he'll do that. Trying to look at other options as I look at this. Can Shaw get to the bottom of the 10 or to the midway part of the 10? And send the cue ball back there 1 rail behind the 9. Mika bringing out the bifocals. Lovely. You know what you can do is get somebody that smokes cigarettes and put that underneath the rail. It's much easier to tell. This is a no smoking environment, by the way. We are professionals here. Shaw looking to leave him long. So is he looking to come off the 12? Play the 12 into or between the 3 and 6. Send the cue ball 1, 2 up to the top, leaving him long and straight on the 1. Testing Mika. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it, especially if you think you can get something by your hole. Now he's looking to leave him here where he'd be more doubled or tripled up. I just don't know how you can get a ball by your pocket, leaving him in this lower right corner. Let's see what he's got in mind. I think he's going to bank this 12, try to get it between the 3 and 6. He's taking a... I was a little bit surprised at this decision here. I felt like the angle didn't permit that foul. Didn't have a lot of room to come to that side rail. So right away, Shaw's going to take a negative stance in this game, owing 1 ball, Mika with ball in hand. You can tell that the experience playing 1 pocket might be lacking a little because they're using the beads up top to mark the negative count. Just put a coin up, fellas. Mika gonna take this 1 ball on first. What does he do next? Does he follow forward? Maybe clip the 8. If not, you're guaranteed to come away with a shot anyway. He's gonna stun over. Yeah, I don't know about this. I didn't think this was the greatest path. That 12 ball was looming. Definitely a big ball coming in that angle. Seemed like he shot that real quickly. So now he's got options. Look at this shot here. Can he play the stripe into the bottom of the 8 and draw the cue ball down behind the 14 and 5? Okay. Well, That was definitely a little haphazard and weak as well. And now can Shaw get it to 15? I'm not going to call all of these right, but I'm calling options because if Shaw can get to the 15, he can remove those balls and draw the cue ball below the 9. Yeah, like so. Yeah, very well done. Very well done. He's put something more on his side. He's got him glued to the 9. Mika is in trouble. Yeah, big trouble in Little China for Mika Immonen due to, and what I would call a little bit of a lazy ball in hand shot. I don't feel like he took the time he needed and then followed it up with just tapping the cue ball, obviously trying to hit the 5, but didn't get a rail and left Shaw in an open space. Look at this. I know Mr. Immonen will not be thrilled with that. Before you know it, Jayson Shaw staring down the barrel of an 8 and out. And if anybody can do it, it's him. The only problem is he needs 9. Can he do that? The man can run 600 balls playing straight pool. So I've got faith in him. But he's got to start with 1. And he hasn't done it. What is going on here, folks? I better settle down. A little too much credit towards the blokes. Okay, he's got the 9, obviously. Does he come back for the 2, or does he come out above the 15? Wow. He's gotten elevated over the 14. He can see a piece of the cue ball here. He's overcut the room rent in a comedy, a real comedy of errors in game number 1. Let's see if these guys settle down. I'm sure they'll settle in, both world-class players. We've all done this many times in our careers, so I'm not faulting anybody. I'm just having a little fun. Shaw coming back out 2 rails for the 11. It does pass. Like cue ball to slow down. He didn't want to get straight on the 14. He can draw back. Is he going to cheat this and go forward? He's put a little bit of writing English on it. I don't know if the 1 goes. If it doesn't go, then he's forced to cut at the 11 if he wants to shoot. So I'm a little surprised. Both players probably playing a little quick. Guess the 1 does play. It's tight. And he's does the 5 go with the ticky off the 2? Watch this shot here. Oh, it did go. It laid good. He played the cue ball to run into the 10 for short side position on the 15, and off and away he goes, playing for 5. He's doubled himself up here. Does he want to play the combination? It's not free. He owes a ball, so he's got to consider his options. You already know that your opponent's going to be in go mode because he doesn't play the game a lot. He's also very talented at pocketing balls. So he's going to shoot before he's going to move. So in that position, knowing that that's what's going to be the case, do you play some type of a lockdown shot? You've got a 4-0 ball lead, a 4-1 ball lead. It's a pretty big lead, especially when you didn't break the balls. Get the sense that Shaw wants to shoot the 8-13 combination. nearest the cue ball. I almost don't see anything wrong with just shooting that, drawing it just a hair, utilizing the 8-13 to cover on the deuce and 4. Is he going to bunt this forward? Okay, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm actually a little bit surprised at the play. Very passive, but also very effective. And you'd like to think that Mika's going to be hesitant to push the 2-4-8 up table, even though, in my opinion, that's probably the right shot. I think that's all he's got. That's all he's going to be able to do here. Huh. Yeah, I'm quite surprised at that decision. You want to remove those balls from Shaw's side of the table. So at worst, or at minimum, you don't want to just come off of that ball and take the chance of leaving Shaw bank, which he didn't leave a bank, but he did take that chance. Here, just shoot into the 4, playing into the tight side of the 8, remove everything and draw the cue ball back. It's okay. Shaw can come off the 4. I didn't think he could see the 5. I was going to say I thought he left a bank. He risked leaving a bank, and he did risk leaving a bank. Will Mika take the 4 on here? I feel like he's in that mode, but he's not. Let me take that back. He's definitely in that mode, but he's not going to shoot the 4. I think he's doing the right thing by taking a little bit of time here, figuring out how to hit this ball. There's a couple ways to hit it. You can shoot it with a maximum low outside, like a kick and stick, or you can roll it. Either or is okay. Or you can cross it to your pocket rail first and knock the 4 out. What a shot. Like I said at the beginning of this match, folks, I'm not going to call everything right here, and that's obvious. He did sell out the black 8 if he had to missed it. I'm kind of surprised he's not cutting at the 13 here. He's double kissed the 8. I believe Shaw's going to cut at this 13. And he can almost come all the way up to the 3 and 6 if he'd like. There's nothing really threatening here. Or does he just want to try and cinch this? Yeah, he's just decided to cinch it. Note the path the cue ball was on, though. If he would have come in between the gap of the 3 and 6, or 3 and 6 and 7, I think he kind of had a free shot to win the game. He's going to take his 5-2 ball lead and play from there, though. Here, I would probably, if I was Jayson, play that stripe nearest the side pocket over towards the 6 and 3. Draw your cue ball down on the short side of the 8. Mika can't bank at 4 or 2, being where the 6 and 3 are. It's too risky. It's okay if you want to move the 8. I just don't feel like it's the right time, given in the angle that he's faced with. You could even just nudge the stripe. This is the right shot. That's definitely the right shot, in my opinion. Mika wanting to kick at this 8. I feel like it's a little far off the rail. It's dangerous. If you hit it on the wrong side, you're going to leave a cross corner and potentially lose the game. But he's also looking at the bank on the 4. I think a decent shot here would be to just roll at the 3, sending the 3 towards the top right corner. He's going to kick at the 8. He can't help himself. And he's kicked it to the pro side. So he's hit it well. Real nice hit there. I think Jayson can remove this. These are 4.25-inch pockets here at the Derby City Classic. I know the great players love it. So this is... Well, that was very quick as he got down on the ball. His timing seems to be a bit off. And rotation players can struggle with that playing this game. It's a different paced game. You know, you're not aggressive every shot. Therefore, it can set your timing off at times. Is Mika going to try to rip this ball, or is he going to give it to him? I just sense a little frustration with Mika. Could be wrong. I know that Shaw and Mika have been friends for a long time. I think this is the right play. Giving it up, leaving Shaw on the rail. Actually put Shaw in a little bit of a precarious position. He's got to be careful with the 8 due to where the side pocket is. Could roll up on the 4, kind of like you're rolling it to the top right corner. Could come off the edge of the 11 and come back down. It's a little touchy. In these situations, try to keep it simple. Really don't want to move the 6 and 3. I think they're in good positions. He's going to bunt the 8 towards those. Only concern there is tying them up. Oh, this is even better with great speed as well. Really nice control. Now Mika's going to bunt the 3. He's lost it a little bit. I think Shaw's got a 2-railer on the 3 at minimum. He can 1-rail the 6 as well if he's up to it. This is game number 1. This is round number 1. Shaw leading 6 balls to 2. Obviously in round number 1, somewhere around 500 players, so every table is going. You have to give your opponent and other players on other tables the respect to shoot their respected shots. I think I like 2-railing the 3, but he's at the 6 without any hesitation. It's going to be a little short. If he would have 2-railed the 3, it would have carried position on the green 6. Not bad. Mika's played a pretty good cue ball. I think you could have put a little more effort into dropping it lower, making things more difficult on Shaw. Nice clean hit there. You got to watch the cue ball. It's going to stop. Had good speed on it. Yeah, this is put Mika in a bit of a position. I know it doesn't look like it, but you've got to be careful here. Rolling onto the 6 could leave some type of a bank. Rolling to the 3 could leave a cut on the 6. Actually like what he attempted there. He is behind in the game. Can't fault him for being aggressive at this stage. Early on, you've got to pick and choose those opportunities. Shaw going to cross this with pocket speed. He's hit it a little fat. Did he get away with it? I actually think this is bankable. Cue ball might be a little low for it, but I feel like you could twist this. Well, it didn't roll off. That's for certain. Has he gotten away with it? Can Shaw kill this 3-ball, holding it up past the 10, in between the 10 and 6? Really tough to do there, and he's done quite well. Very close to hanging it up. That's the ultimate goal in that position. Put it on layaway. Mika going to have to either come behind the 3 here. And nice speed. Well controlled. These guys don't waste any time. Felt like that might have been an error. I think Mika could bank at that 6 with some outside English. Yeah, and he could. He hit it a little firm. The English didn't have an opportunity to take as much as it possibly could have. Does Shaw go at the cross corner here on the 6? I think you can do it. Hit it thin. He's caught it thick. So, game number 1, these balls taking the position of that top right corner could end up being a lengthy game. Mika looking at the 3-railer on the 6. I know it's available, but controlling the speed of both balls is very difficult. I don't know what he'd be looking at. Up table, you have to do something with the 6. He's drawing it. Oof. Flirting with that corner pocket. Kind of used what we call a Mexican stroke there and went through the ball a little bit more than he meant to. I think he meant to actually draw it, but what happened is the cue ball turned over prior to getting there. And when that happens, it actually goes forward instead of stopping or stunning. I think Shaw's got to nudge the 6 over towards the 8 at this point. Yeah. Gave a couple taps on the table. He might have got away with a little one there, let the cue ball go. Mika looking for a first opportunity to rifle away at his pocket. If he's banking something here, this is dangerous. You could hit the 8, and he did. No broken bones. Looks like he's gotten away with it. Not only has he gotten away with it, he's actually put Shaw in a bit of a funny spot. Watch the cue ball. Okay. I will bet that he's going to bank at this 8. Wow. He hit it very nice. He's got Shaw slightly elevated over the 11. Does Shaw take on the cut on the 4? I don't believe there's a future, meaning position. But I don't know what else he has. Due to being elevated over the 11, shooting the 4, I don't know how much control you can use shooting the 4 into the 8. It's a big point in the game and actually a big point in the match here. Mika's got him in a spot. Oh, and he's scratched. Wow, he scratched. He hit it well, but note that he had to cut the 4 a little bit. and he put draw on it. And in turn, cutting the 4 caused the cue ball to suck backwards into the corner. Maybe not put so much draw on it, obviously. Mika's going to shoot at this 4, try and hold the cue ball for the 6. If he gets this down, oh, he's overcut it by a long margin. Jayson might be able to bank at this 2 and draw it back towards the 4, towards the short side of the 4. Needs to be hit clean. Okay, he's stunned forward. To get it to the pocket. Looks like there could be a possible kiss on this 2. You're going to have to use some type of English to avoid it. You would like to cross it. Is he looking at cutting the 4? Problem is, I don't see position if you go to cut the 4. And also, it's a tough shot. If you miss it, you're going to sell potentially the game out. I think you've got to max inside English, try to cross this 2. What other options does he have? He's looking at the 10. Gonna put him behind the 3 or just leave him long? Well played. Well played. You note how he left Jayson Shaw. He left him long on the 2 with, he had a little angle. The 2 is out a little bit from the rail, but let's say the 10 hangs up or just gets close. Puts a lot of pressure on Shaw. So there was nothing wrong with that shot there. Going at the 4. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is not going to get it. Shaw playing for 3, and that's all it takes is a slight mistake like that. That's why you've got to be really careful when taking on difficult shots that can cost you the game. Float over here for the 4 next. Just like so. Jayson Shaw is going to take game 1 in a game full of errors in this race to 3. Yeah, and this video is brought to you in cooperation with Bad Boy Billiard Products. Stream is sponsored by Hustling USA Clothing Company, JB Custom Cases, Olivier Custom Cues, and Lipman Lights. Thank you guys so much for your support. This tournament's also put on by Diamond Billiard Products, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Billiard Balls, Outsville Rack, AccuStats Video Productions, and Masters Chalk. Thank you all so much for your support. I am your host, Scott Frost, a.k.a. The Freezer, and Jayson Shaw at the table to break in game number 2. Note that 13. If I know Mika Immonen, he's going to be chopping away at that right away. Let's see what happens. Oh. Oh my. Air ball. He has missed the entire ball. This also happens. I feel like he's getting down. I mean, he's a quick player, but I feel like he's playing quicker than I've ever seen him play. I don't know that it's the fact that he drew Jayson and their friends in round 1 of a 500-man tournament, or that he's just feeling like playing extra quick today. Does Shaw have a look at the 10? He does. And he's opened these balls up going back to his straight pool play. That's perfect right there. Can he twist bend, draw this back to where he's got a shot on the 3, or go forward? think he can go forward and get a shot on the 3. Does he want to come up high? He's run into the 7. He's run into the 7. So sometimes we say that one player or playing to another's level can rub off, and I think they're both kind of feeding off each other's errors at the moment, because both of these guys play better than this. They're both 8 and out players. They will run 8 and out on you quicker than you can say 8 and out. So I'm a little bit surprised at the mistakes that have been made. Probably a little bit of frustration out of both of these guys. Shaw looking to cut this 3. Jeez, what a hit. Position of these balls have not gotten any better. He does have a look at the 11. Goes into the 15. It's going to open up the 14 and 9. He does have an opportunity here to get out. He's drawing this. Yeah, he might have had too much angle to go into the 15. He's going to bank at the 8 now. I think he's left Mika in a spot where he might cut at this 13. I thought he might try and punch the cue ball to the rail at least. Mika can get at the 8, I believe. No, I don't know that he can get at the 8. For a moment, I thought he might be able to twist into it. He is going to cut at the 13. Both displaying their shot-making abilities with these cuts. That was an error on Shaw's part by not getting the cue ball to this rail. Instead, he went into the 6, allowing this cut to take place. Mika would like to come up for the 4 and 7. Needs to get rid of the 12. That will open up the 14 and 9. Playing for 5. Shaw has 4. We see all 5 right there. The 12, 9, 14, 7, and 4. The 8 would be insurance. A little steeper than he'd liked. Yeah, definitely a little steeper than he would have liked. That's what's caused the clip on the 9, and now the cue ball's on the rail. I expect him to get out here, playing for 3. And he's missed the 9. So one bad position shot leads to another, which compiles. Sooner or later, it can cause an error, and that's what's happened. Not only that, but Shaw's straight in. He's got a good shot on the 8. How does he play position? Does he take the bank on the 9 and then try and go into the 4? I kind of like that. Look at the angle you need to go at the 9 and then go into the back of the 4, possibly getting a shot on the 7. He wants to come up to the 1, but the only concern for me as a player with this is, can I get more after this? Is he going to try and go into the 4 now? Or come down for the bank on the 9? He's gone into the 4. He's got a... Yeah, I don't know if he's got the bank. Both players playing for 3. He's going to have to hit this pretty thick. Oh, he's hit it well, and he's coming to the purple 4 perfectly. He does have a bank on the 4, and he can stun hold using the 7 as a blocker. I expect him to get this close. Yeah, and he's stunned the cue ball. And he's gotten it close. Does Mika take the cross? I think you've got a cross at the 7 here. Plays automatic position for the 6, just a straight high. Here's why. If you cross at the 7 with the right speed and you get it close, hang it up at worst. Jayson can't get out due to the position of the 6, due to the position of the 7 where it will end up when you cross at it. If he's accurate with the hit, crosses at the 7 with a high cue ball comes down one rail, or you just do that, which is quite impressive. What a shot. I'm just going to sit back and watch this with you guys. I'm not going to say anything for the next 2 or 3 games. I'm just kidding. It's tough to speak ahead on what their options are or what they can do because they play a little bit different of a game. Not that they play a bad game. They just play a different game. Did he get it to the hole? Just a hair short. Put a good strike on that ball as well. The 3-railer is actually available here. Yeah, I don't know. Did he get it to the hole? I think you can miss this kiss with outside English. Center cue ball, extreme right. You've got to catch the 4 heavy or full, and you don't want to hit this too hard. And he could easily miss the kiss. Cue ball speed is important here. Mika's got a decision to make. Do you shoot at the 6? Or do you remove the 4? Very, very tough shot. Yeah, I don't think you can cut that 4 from there. Old Eagle Eye. I don't know that I would remove the 4 here. I would take a look. Is the 6 playable just to bunt it over there behind the 4? Yeah. I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to butter him up behind the 6, which is okay. Problem is, if you don't execute it, the 6 stays. Now you're faced with some trouble. Can he remove both of these balls? Yes, he can. He's got a nice, favorable roll on the 4 up there in the corner, catching the point. I like the decision there. He just undercut it. So these guys don't take much time, and they do like to go at their hole. There's nothing wrong with it, because this style of play will beat a lot of people playing one pocket. Pretty sure Mika's going to shoot at this 7. Probably use some type of follow to come up behind the 4, or try to come up behind the 4. Unless I'm misreading the angle, I think it's on. Just a heavy hit or a full ball hit. Yeah. Well, he came up behind the 4 different than I expected. I thought he would hit it easy at a pocket speed. Jayson going to cinch this, or try to cinch it. He's overcut it. It's not going to do it. Mika's got to go to the kick and stick here. For you folks at home, kick and sticking this forward, a little bit of low left, or excuse me, a lot of low, a little bit of left. And speed is critical. You don't want to overhit it, but you need to hit it hard enough to keep the low on the ball. You don't want it to turn over before it gets to it. Practice the shot at home. Very, very key shot in the game of one pocket. Okie dokie. Jayson Shaw playing for one ball, Mika playing for all three. As I noted, speed's really important on that kick and stick. He's overhit this, and it's going to give Shaw a shot to win game number 2 in this race to 3. And it's a shot that you guys need to practice. The kick and stick comes up a lot playing one pocket. Has he twisted it enough? He has not. And he is going to leave a return two-railer. Something Mika doesn't like about that two-railer. I'm sure he doesn't shoot it a lot. It's not like something he does daily. But he's hit it pretty well. Like, really well. Put a great hit on that ball. And you've got options here. Do you come behind this ball or do you hit it 3 rails out? I like going 3 rails out. Hopefully it jumbles something up top, therefore stopping a couple banks. Mika can run 1 rail this 6. Once again, speed all too important here because your cue ball is traveling to the top side of the table, and if you don't have the speed right, you can leave it cross corner. He's hit it really well. Looks like the 6 dove a little bit. Shaw faced with almost the same scenario as prior, but he's going to have to roll this a little more. He's kind of gotten away with that. That ball could easily scratch using that type of English with that speed. I get the sense that Mika wants to bank the 7 now. It just, one thing that's true is you can't force something that's not there. He's hit it well. I think he had to hit it just like that to miss the kiss. All these balls have suddenly kind of become in play for Mika Immonen. Shaw has to be careful. Yeah, I like the play. Really nice play. Could have used a little more speed on snow, but it'll work. Oh, Mika's hit this so sweet. Wow, what a hit that was. Playing for 2. Yeah, what a pure hit that was. What kind of position is he going to gain on the 6? He's going to get a long railer at it. Boy, this is a tester. If you don't hit it in the hole and have the right speed, you are going to leave a cross corner. Mika Immonen playing to get on the board and tie this match up. Yeah, he's overcooked it. He's overcut this ball. He's allowed Shaw an opportunity to take a 2-0 lead, and just like that, swept out underneath the rug of Mika Immonen. He's hit it short. Mika back in action. He's got life. Is he kicking at this? No, he's playing it correctly. He's lost the cue ball. You can shoot that with a force high. The cue ball acts as low when you use that high. Boy, is that side pocket in the way. Pretty good control, to be honest. Cue ball, real nice. Watch leaving the cross corner here. Oh, he's played it much smarter than that. Is he going to take a bank at this, or is he going to just cross it over? I like crossing it over and bringing the cue ball down. Yeah. Now Mika Immonen with an opportunity. You can cut at this ball where it's completely free. When you're cutting at this ball, you're trying to hit the thinnest side of it, center ball. You don't want to overhit it. Shaw dodged a bullet there. Pretty good. Controlled the object ball, which was probably most important there. Didn't leave Mika anything simple. Mika considering the two-railer on the 6, up and down, swinging the cue ball. Oh, he is. He's entertained it. He's hit it well. Oh, he's lost the cue ball. Wow. He actually hit it well. His speed was off quite a bit. Note where the 6 ended up. Would have left Shaw a cross corner. Instead, Shaw has a spot shot to take a 2-0 lead in this race to 3. Aggressive is an understatement. But when you have the ability these guys have, you can't blame them for shooting because they don't play the game enough. That's kind of all they know. And in their defense, I understand. Shaw does take a 2-0 lead in this race to 3, and it's Mika's break. Do us a favor, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Like and subscribe. Railbirds TV on YouTube. They're bringing you all this great action. It's the least we can do. Thank you all very much. Mika and Jayson having a little chat as the game carries forward. Oh, he's really got a lot of kill on that cue ball. What does the 9 look like to Shaw's hole? I know Shaw can kick out of this 3 right away. What's he going to be worried about in return? He's taking a look at the 9 now. I don't think he can get to the 5. I know he can't get to the 5. But can he get to the 8 off the 5? Interesting. Not a bad shot. Not a bad shot at all. He's removed a lot of balls. I don't know if I would have gone to kicking at the 3 right then or not. And this is the only concern with the shot that Jayson shot, is I think that you're just going to end up in a tough position to remove the 3. Can he come off the 9, bring the 9 up, and swing the cue ball below the 3? He's kind of gotten away with that. Mika can kick at the top side of this 9. He's got to hit the top side. He's done pretty good. He doesn't want that to fall. Yeah, you might have to just do something with the 12 or come off this ball and try and put him behind the 12. Like so. Pretty good. What does the 11 look like? Can Shaw bank the 4 into the 11? Can he even get to the 4? He's looking at it. He's going to come off the 4 and go behind the 3. No, he's coming off the stripe. Good speed. Very good speed. Yeah, take note of the 1-4-3's position. Leave Shaw anywhere on the top right half of the table for kind of the cue ball. Like here, Shaw could shoot the stripe just to the bottom side of the 4 into the 6 and swing up if it's available. I obviously love that play. First, I'm just pointing out that you could triple Mika up some type of way, unless Mika disturbs these balls at some point. This is a great shot as well. I love the cue ball there. I don't believe the 15 is wired. Does Jayson have some type of gap to kick at the 3? He does. That's going to frustrate Mika. Mika might even bank at this 6. I think it banks. The only reason I say he might bank at it is due to the position of the 4 and 3. If Mika could put the 6 down, he could probably run out. He's going to go back up towards the 5. Nothing wrong with this shot. Keeps Shaw behind the 2 and 10. Can't get to the 3 now. So another very good shot. Utilizing the pack to cover up the 14. The 14 is a big ball benefiting Jayson's side of the table. You just get the sense that Mika wants to shoot. I know he's trailing in this match, but in a race to 3, it's nothing. You won one game, and before you know it, you have a chance to make it hill-hill. Yeah, pressing the issue. Banking at that ball, I didn't see any type of future in place of where the 1 is. I don't think you would have got very far. Due to where the 5 is, Shaw's not going to shoot the 6, but are these balls going to wire up? He's going to shoot the 14 and come over. Wow, looked like that ball wanted to drop, but then it stopped. I don't know that he can cross this ball. I think he's going to frame the 6 into the 14 and try and clear the 6. Rail first. It's okay. I don't know how much of the cue ball Jayson can get to, but he's got options. He can either cleanly bank at this 3 or bank it to the stack. He's overcut it just a fraction. Mika gonna try and twist this 3 in. Risky. He's gonna leave some type of return bank on the 11. But I think you've got to shoot it. Not like that, though. Hit it a hair thick. Boy, I really like crossing the 11 here and going up into the 1. You've got those 4 balls there on the spot as protection. The kiss is not in play. The 11 is low enough to where the kiss is avoided. The great Mike DeLauder, the lower left of our screen. Shout out Mike DeLauder. Maybe he was concerned about the kiss. I really didn't think it was available there. Thought the bank was a clear option. But he also may sense the frustration in Mika, setting these balls up table, knowing that Mika's going to take a chance at the first opportunity. I think you've just got to come off the edge of the 10 here. Okay, they're discussing the balls again. I think Mika put the ball on his side and it was Jayson's, and I think Jayson caught it. I think this is the second time they've had a little discussion about the ball count. I'm definitely not getting involved. You can just clip off the bottom of this 10 here and put them on the bottom rail. Like so. Well, I don't know that Mika's going to be thrilled about that. He's tied the 1 and 10 up. 10 definitely doesn't go. Jayson has options. He can now bank at the 4 and pretty much do whatever he feels like with the cue. Well, he can send it over towards that stripe, the top right corner if he'd like. If I were Shaw, I would probably bank it with a pocket speed and try and play some type of a position on the 7. Is he going to cross at this? No, he's going to try and clear, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. This really tells me he's sensing some type of a aggressive frustration from Mika Immonen wanting to shoot at his hole. Frustrate your opponent even more when you decide to push them up table and you're in go mode. You can see that Mika wants to shoot. Yeah. You could just sense that that was coming, and Jayson could definitely sense it. He's at the table with Mika. I don't know if he can hold for the 2 next or just come over for the 6. Or does he have angle to go to the 4 next? Yeah, he's kind of in between of all of them. Yeah, he didn't really want to be there. He can shoot the 2 and come over for the 13 and 5. Such a pure stroke. Pockets the ball so nicely and with ease, really effortlessly. Jayson Shaw, also a very good friend of mine for a long time. He's a pretty darn good fella. He's pocketed the 5 at the same time, so that ball will come up. I don't believe the 8 has a clear path. So he's got to be conscious of this 5. He very much so was conscious of this 5, and he's played the cue ball to the bottom rail. Both balls will spot up. Jayson will put his in the trough, and we will carry on. Shaw playing for 3. Immonen playing for 7. Going to the 6 ball. was trying to make the 6, I think. That way it came on the foot spot, but it did not go. Shaw looking at a 2-rail this 10 possibly. There is a way to 2-rail that 10 with a high pinch of inside. Cue ball will come back and forth above the 4 and 6. I don't know that the 12 is in the way. I don't think it is, actually. I think it's might be a playable shot. Definitely not necessary with a 5-1 ball lead. He's just going to graze the ball and leave him over there, like so. Shaw can shoot the 5 into the lower side of that 13, sending them both to his side and send the cue ball down. What's he doing here? A little surprised at that. He is testing Mika. Really kind of surprised at that, though. I think Mika can roll at this 5 and get behind the 4. Oh, he's caught it thick. That's the worst place to catch it, so Shaw did know what he was doing all along. Very tricky. Playing for 3. And I wouldn't be surprised if this drops that Mika gives these to him, but it did not, and we are still in action. Mika probably going to cut it to 13 out of frustration. Shaw has the 5 on layaway. I'll be surprised if Mika rolls this 5 in. He wants to shoot the 13. He knows rolling the 5 in is the right shot. And he wanted to concede, but he knows Shaw has to come with one little baby bank and then another shot. Shaw playing for 2. This actually comes with position. You can kick the backside of the 13 out, like so. And now it's only getting worse. Mika gonna bank at the 13. He's hit it short. And there it is. I am your host, Scott Frost, a.k.a. The Freezer. Shaw takes this match 3-0, advances into round 2. Thank you all so much for being with us. I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time.